So now that we have the GitHub repository set up, we have a project that's been pushed to GitHub and that's been initted with Gitflow. Let's go ahead and create a simple Java project. We'll be using this project to go through different phases of the development lifecycle, and we'll be using the same project to go through a couple of releases and a bug fix branch. So let's head over to start.spring.io and let's choose the defaults of Maven project Java 1.5.6, and you can keep the group the same. I'm going to call the artifact as DevOps because that's the name of our project. I'm going to change the group. I think we can keep the group the same. I'm going to add a couple of dependency, web and Thymeleaf, which is used for templating. And before we go ahead and generate project, I'm going to make a few tweaks so where I can change demo project, and I want to change the way this is packaged. So instead of a jar, I'm going to change it as a var. So go ahead and click generate project. That's going to generate the project and give you a template. And let's take a look at the template of what it looks like. So if I go into DevOps in here, open up the POM XML, it's got some of the settings that we filled in earlier. And it's got the dependencies that we added. So obviously the web and Thymeleaf. And this is good enough to get a project started. So before we actually start making changes to the code, the first thing that you want to do is create a feature branch. So right now I'm on a develop branch. So let me just clear this out and do a git status. And what branches do we have so far? We have a develop and a master branch. But I want to, instead of committing directly to develop, I want to be able to commit to a feature branch so that I can iteratively commit code, and once it's ready, I can submit it for review to my peer who can review the code and merge it to develop through a pull request. So let's go ahead and use the source tree. I'm going to open up source tree here. I'm on develop. Let's go to repository, go to git flow, and I can say start a new feature. So what source tree would do is, because we have already initted it with git flow, it's going to create a branch based on the name of this branch that we will define here under the feature branches. So let's create a feature name. Usually if you are using Jira, you'll have a prefix. So I'll say NV101 and say initial landing page, right? And go ahead and hit OK. So notice what it did. It created the branch under the feature folder, right? So all your branches would be organized under the feature folder. So if I go over to my terminal here and I do a git status, I am on the feature branch, right? And let's take a look at what do I have, right? All I have is the README, right? But I want to copy everything that's under that we generated using the Spring IO into this folder, right? So let's go ahead and copy from users, dev, downloads, and I want to copy just the contents, not the root folder, because I'm already at the root folder. So copy from all the contents from there to this particular folder, right? Since this is a directory, I want to copy to this directory. So let's take a look at what did it get copied over. So we've got everything that we needed from that project, including the README, and we have the template. Now at this point, if I do a Maven clean, it should download everything that's needed for this particular project, and it should build it, and you should see a build success. Okay, so we are set up with the Spring IO project. Let's get started with importing this into Spring SDS.